Hey, this is Justin. I'm going to be doing some solid surface wall panels on my shower here in my own home. We're going to go from bare stud. You can kind of see where I've even thrown my scrap insulation in here. Just got to throw a little bit more. To completed shower or tub surround. My guess is it's going to take us about an hour. We'll see. I'm not very good at judging time, so enjoy. I'm excited to use a product called Hydro Block for the backing. It's actually a tile backer, but it's more rigid than a lot of the tile boards, and I'm going to be using this on a bigger shower, so I'm going to play around with it a little bit here just to see how it does. So I'm a big fan of adhesives, so I'm going to actually be using this spray foam construction adhesive. It's a lot easy, and I struggle a lot with pain in my right side, and so if I don't have to do something like work a caulk gun, I don't. So I'm going to install a couple beads of this on every stud in order to put this together. I'm running this bead above the tile flange, the tub flange, because it's actually going to stop above the tub flange. Looks like I got a nails over here I still need to get dealt with. Alrighty, I got my glue on here and grab my sheet. I already cut it. So, one advantage of this product, it's a foam core with a fiberglass face, and so it is super lightweight, super easy to cut. As I was saying, I don't like doing things harder than they have to be. So I got my window right here. It's soft enough I can cut straight through it with my knife. Just no problem at all. And then because it's got that fiberglass grid on it, it works really well. There's Arlo, my doggy. One of my dogs, Arlo, came in and said hi. So these scraps are actually going to form the inside of my window, and I'm going to so this product does call for using insulation washers and screws. I'm going to just hopefully get this adhesive to hold, and so I'm going to just tack couple screws in here in order to get this to hold while the adhesive sets up. So, particularly I'm putting these in an area that's going to be taped off anyways, so that it doesn't create any problems with warranty on the product. This face is pretty brittle, so it runs. They run right in. And I've used some steel studs that I bought for another project that failed. So I'm more of a wood guy, but I just happen to have some steel stuff I was trying to use up. I missed my stud. Oh, I got some junk behind there, so I gotta fix that. As I said, I'm trying to hold it up above. Looks like it might be a little bit low this side. The flange on the tub. That does me a couple things. That helps make my wall flatter. In addition, it helps with preventing the capillary action. If moisture ever does get down here, it's not going to go anywhere because it has a positive source to drain. A big thing about moisture control is controlling where it goes. The number one thing we know is that there is moisture. Every wall assembly, everything will get moisture. So a big thing we want to do is control where that moisture goes. Hydro Block does have a moisture layer, does have their drainage layer right on the face of this, so it doesn't require any waterproofing. Over here you see I just have regular drywall. That's not a concern because I'm putting an impervious surface directly over this. I don't actually have to use a tile backer board here. I just want to test this out and get a little more familiar with it before I use it on a customer job. So I'm looking forward to just seeing how it does here, so I can tell my customers with more confidence that it is a good product. I am 100% confident that it is a good product, I just haven't had a chance to use it. Alright, now for our upper boards. That stuff is still sticky good. So this time I only had one sheet of this other stuff. So I'm using the drywall replacement board, and as you may be familiar, there's no way I could hold a piece of drywall with my pinky and thumb. Even of this size, this really nice board is so light and does not break me, which is much preferred. Well, I cut that one really crooked, but that doesn't really matter because it's all going in. The product that I'm using over this is a lightweight shower product, or lightweight solid surface product. I could have used about anything to support it. I could have used even something really cheap like 1/4 inch masonite, although I was really impressed with the pricing on this hydro block. They are definitely a better product than Go Board, and the pricing is better. So, in my opinion, this is a phenomenal DIY product. It really will make something like a tile shower that a lot of people will think is a big, massive, intimidating project turn out to be really easy. I cut that one too tight. Cut it all the way through. Cut that one too high, but that'll be fine. It'll still work. Break that out. This looks suspiciously like the right size to slip right in here. Looks like it is. I just gotta cut this off. Waste not, want not. And where this product that I'm using is completely impervious, I'm not worried about it. If you were doing a actual tile product, you would never want holes that big. Go Board has their own, Hydro Block has their own sealant that you would use on that. Now I'm going to glue my windowsill into place and keep on finishing my install. I'm going to put some extra glue back here to support this in the back. So I got a pretty big span there. Although I'm not worried about the span, it's going to support just fine. Add some more foam up here. With this sitting horizontal, I'm not even going to worry about putting any screws into it. I'm just going to let it sit right there. And grab my side piece. Always looking for my knife because I set it down instead of putting it back in my pocket. No, I didn't turn my light on in here, just working by daylight. Not that it's bright, I've got another light that I will be using as the final product, as the final in here. Cut that, break it over here. And I'm going to score this here to make my two side pieces. As I said, the cool thing is this product is 100% waterproof from both sides, and this is going to give my kids a nice great big ledge here. Hopefully it'll be a nice surprise to them and my wife. I'm heading out of town for a job here in a couple of hours, and I was surprised they will have a working shower down here, which we haven't had for a bit. But a little bit more about me, I am bipolar, which can make for a lot of fun, or not fun, especially for my wife. She's been a really trooper, she's been amazing through all this. Had a psychotic break last year and left my home building company of years in order to go back to being a good old trade contractor, living with a little less headaches, and I absolutely love my life now. That I couldn't imagine being so happy as I am now from what I was in June of last year. That I'm absolutely loving where my life is at now, and couldn't be happier with what's going on in my life. You know, still plenty of struggles, still plenty of challenges. Much, much better place than I was. Now I'm just looking at the reveal around the edges of the window to make them look consistent. I have something that I learned from my dad, who is also a general contractor, especially did lots of remodels. We did a few new homes, but one of the things I also learned from him is you need to make things look good, especially in remodeling, even if it's not level or straight. They're just by sometimes the only thing you can do to make it look good is you sheet it, especially with like hanging interior doors. It may not actually be level, but you want to make it look good and work good, and that'll be happier than a customer that walks in and sees a crooked door. It doesn't really matter if it's level if you haven't made it look good. And so sometimes you got to make the call between being good by the level or being good by the eye. If it comes to the two, make it look good by the eye, not by the level. So I'll put that backwards from what I wanted. That one's trying to mess with me, so I am going to throw a screw in there. It's acting like it wants to slide out my way. There we go. That one screw there should help. Now I got some stuff up here that I need to get rid of. Formerly, you would have seen me using pretty much exclusively Milwaukee tools, which I do still have Milwaukee tools. However, I have been very happy with these Cobalts, even the Hercules brand from Harbor Freight. They have been performing really well for me, and pricing is better. I even like that this Cobalt drill is a little bit lighter, as well as it's got some self-tap and finish screw modes. That helps control your speed and reduce your stripping. So, alrighty, well, now I'm ready to move on to this end wall. My foam is finally nice and warmed up, and putting it out of the bead. Over here, there's an outlet that I added from right beside my daughter's bed. You'll probably get to know Amelia, or as she likes to go by Eclipse. She's going to become my video editor as a plan once I get to that point of being willing to do video editing. Now I've got this floating edge over here, and so I'm going to use a scrap of my some scraps of my board in order to hold that up there. I'm just going to glue it. If you have never used this glue and don't have one of these foam guns, I can't recommend it enough. The guns are a little expensive. I remember when they first came out and they're $100 a piece. Now I believe you can get them for around $30, and they will help you save foam because you don't use it up a can at a time. And if you can hear my dogs barking, sorry. Just barely there to hold it in place. Something to know is in most cases, as long as you're not dealing with movement problems, fasteners don't actually hold as well as adhesives. When it comes to adhesive, you're just contacting way more surface area, where fasteners are just going in one little area. So all these little screws I'm putting in here are just to make sure that my adhesive sits really well and makes as much contact as possible. I messed up some of my adhesive, so I'm going to go ahead and throw another bead of it there, extra fat bead, while I grab the board there. And just because I can, I'm going to fill in this hole right here I created with adhesive foam. Let it dry, and then I've got something everywhere. Another thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to put a couple support screws in here. Actually, I'm going to start with my narrow piece down at the bottom. We'll say that. Now I don't have a support down there, but I have the hole right there that I can reach in and walk behind from there. I know I've said this before, man, this stuff cuts so nice. I absolutely love how nicely this product cuts and breaks for you. So at this point, I am a huge fan of Hydro Block. It is sure. It seems to be performing every bit as good as promised. I couldn't be happier with the product. Alrighty, well, our last backer. I am alternating where our seams go. I don't like to railroad seams if we don't have to. This can also help keep looks like I cut this piece too wide, so. And it looks like the factory edge is over here, so I'm going to use let me see here. Yeah, I think that's the factory edge over there. Yep. And that's going to help me see with our factory edge how straight is my wall. Which, it's not terrible. Not great, but anytime you're working in older existing homes, you'll have to deal with less than perfect conditions. I was in new home building for a dozen years, and I used to say, I just love that it's copy paste. You always know what you're getting into. But I've kind of moved to the point where I'm a little tired of copy and paste. And so I'm now enjoying that there is some variation in my life, and it's not always the same. Oh, I missed the stud there. That stuff is still very tacky, very sticky stuff, which is why it makes for a great glue. Alrighty, let's see if this last piece is large enough for my ceiling, which it is not. I do have some pretty bad unevenness on this one. And so I'm going to, instead of just using that one piece, I'm going to make it up with other pieces. Just so that I don't have to walk outside and grab another piece. If you watched my previous videos, you saw my install of some luxury cabinets. And during that job, I got all the walking that I need for the week. I think I'm going to wear my smartwatch this when I come and go and do the next set of installs, so that I can track my how many stairs it says I climb, and I'm sure it's going to be a ton. So here's that piece. I've got it just one screw in the middle, hardly there, just to tack it in place while my foam dries. Now this piece is just a hair wide. I once again can't say enough good about how easy this product is to work with. No, this is not a sponsored video. I'm just new at this. Haven't even started asking for sponsors. This makes me really want to give Hydroblock a call and say, would you sponsor me? I love your product. And as I stated before, my intention is for this channel to always be ad-free. I'm not doing this to monetize. I'm doing this because I love what I do, and I want to help more people improve their lives through the quality of life. When I was doing the home building, we would go on visits to other builders, and there was a trip up to North Dakota, Fargo, North Dakota, to visit Heritage Homes. So Heritage Homes of Fargo, North Dakota, and I'm spacing out on the owner's name, but he said this really beautiful thing that, you know, and you'll find a lot of home builders are religious. I personally am religious, and you'll find it fairly common in the industry. That he said, you know, how cool is it that we have the calling to put beauty marks across God's green earth? And from my religion, which my religion is I attend the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. And we believe in temples. If you read biblically, the temples are a very prominent thing in the Bible, or in the Old Testament, where first they had the traveling tabernacle, and then they moved on. Once they were in Jerusalem, they had the fixed temple, and that the temple is a house of God. And in my religion, the home is considered as sacred as the temple. So how cool it is that as home builders we get to build everybody a temple, and truly the home is very precious because you don't spend any, it's the place you spend the most time, hopefully. There's so many special memories that is made in a home, and your housing really has a huge impact on your quality of life. It's safety, it's security, it's where your joy is. And in the home building industry, you get to know people's homes quite well. It's very personal to invite someone in your home, and then we will come into the home and work there for days and days and days and really get to know people. And so it's really an awesome industry to be in. And that was a complete side note. I wasn't planning on that. Okay, I am now prepped and ready to work on installing the actual shower material. Alrighty, so we're going to start installing walls. Product recommends getting rid of all the dust. I'm a big fan of weed blowers. I like weed blowers, they make a mess, and they blow everywhere. Probably should have opened the window before that, but we'll let that air out while I get my caulk gun prepped. So I have a whole case of caulk here. I'm going to open up half a dozen tubes or so. Well, from the number of tubes they gave me, I probably need to open up more than that and prep them. As this is the first time I've installed this product, I'm not 100% sure how much I will use, but if you hear some noise, it's one of my daughters has got home from school and is playing with the puppies upstairs. She didn't feel like helping today. You will probably see all my kids. I will drag them in to help me out. I myself started at the ripe old age of 8 years old being a helper for my dad. We called it being the gopher. You go for this, go for that. Just running back and forth to the truck, getting the tools. Half the time you come back and be like, oh, I can't find that. And then Dad would walk out, grab it right out of the truck and says, this thing. And eventually you got to know what all the tools are. And that led to around, when you got to be about 16 or so, you were competent enough to run and work on your own on a job site, work with the other guys. Still got caught crap all the time from being the boss's son, but the goal was always to be good enough that that wasn't a problem. I got the Cobalt caulk gun. You'll see all my tools have yellow on them because job sites are hectic. There's only so many tool brands and it's easy to mistake tools. Even this last weekend my helper brought home some tools that don't belong to us because they were working in the same general area or not working, just the tools left around the job site. So I had to tell them, hey, does the tool have yellow on it? If the tool doesn't have yellow, it's not mine. There's no way your helpers will always know what tools are yours versus someone else's. Cutting a nice big fat tip on these. We are going to just blow and go. Get this stuff laid out. I actually used to have a air powered caulk gun, which that thing got really aggressive. So I'm going to double check dimensions on these. So the panel I have is actually 60 by 80, which I believe is too tall for this space. Yep, I've only got about 64 here. So I will be cutting those down as we go. Should cut with a knife as well. I'm going to start with this back wall. And I have a dead battery. I'll be back. Alright, I have my panels in here, getting ready to trim them down. I'll flip this over this way so you can see more of it. So these panels come in 80 tall, but I've only got space for, I only have this designed for 64-inch height. You soft enough product that they can be cut with a regular razor blade. Using my drywall square. If you don't have a drywall square, I highly recommend them. Saves you a lot of time, saves you chalking lines. Faster to just pull this out and hit it. One measurement versus two. And even better, a lot of times you don't even have to measure, or this can be your tape measure because you've got measurements there. The less movement, the less time you have to use, the better. So I'm going to score this again. And break it. Very easy, friendly to use. Those come into the laundry room. Sorry, got my kid working on something else. So as I was saying, one advantage of these is you can use your measuring tool. So I'm actually going to cut these with a wide margin. I'm going to go at 12.5 and 34.5. So from the left side, I'm just going to put my little marks right up here. 12.5 and 34.5. Not quite long enough, so, but the window starts at 36 and it works out to be about 22 tall. I'm going to go 22.5. So I've got my marks here. So my mark there and my mark there. I'm going to come here and I'm going to come mark my 36. I also can come this direction, 22.5, and mark there. And here I'm going to come, so that gives me 5.5. Give it a little scratch there. Five and a half and 28. So I can come right here, start at my 5.5, and cut right down to my 28 mark. The reason I'm leaving some wide margin is I am planning on doing some corner trims or something there, depending on how good I finish out. Not super confident in how well my corners will finish, especially where this is my first time. So the next thing that you can do with this framing square, I'll show you a couple ways to do this cut, is I can come just follow it this way. Another trick you can do with these, I might hit 5.5, and I can just run this right along. Okay, then get it there. That is correct. You can open it and split it in half. Got my daughter working on getting the flooring in here so that we can get... That's fine. I don't need it yet. Looks like I got that side cut all the way through. Cut my bottom. That's fine. We're going to open it all the way up and spread it out in the playroom. I want them all spread out in the playroom. Persia, break the pieces, break the box, and take a couple pieces at a time and lay it out in the playroom. So I'm going to cut all the way through on these sides. Almost there. Do you want to come say hi to the camera, Persia? I'm filming myself, my YouTube channel. Up there. Come on, Persia. This is Persia. She's being my helper. Oh.
Wow, at least.
She's bringing in my flooring, which we're going to install LVT as well today.
Wait, those things are... Wow. Yo, I did not know that.
I want these to acclimate, which is why I'm having to bring them in now and lay them out anywhere.
Yeah.
I want the individual pieces. Lay them out in the laundry room. Anywhere in the basement. They can even be piled on top of each other. But I need these to acclimate, which means they need to get the same temperature as our house. So, she's getting them all laid out. If you read pretty much any manufacturer's instructions for every product, and it's just plain good practice, is any product that you use, from a 2x4 to this product to vinyl flooring, everything does better if you acclimate it. That provides you a little bit of safeguard. Well, looks like I scratched my panel behind because I cut too deep. I wasn't paying attention, but that's alright. So, before you install, test fitting is always a great idea. It can save you a lot of headaches. Which, good thing I did. I forgot to cut this down to length. So, always better before you got glue spread everywhere. Working in tight spaces with a little too much crap in the way. hard to always have the minimum stuff though.
Hello.
Hello. You like waving that around?
Yeah.
Wave it in the air like you just don't care.
That almost is just delight. So easy to touch the roof.
And I'm going to use my square to score down this edge as well. Got it caught on the other piece. Not cooperating with me, so I'm going to finish freehand by just holding my finger at a consistent distance. I'm cutting my back wall piece first so that I can hide my cuts with factory edges on the sidewalls. Hey Persia, there's also a big roller thingy. There's a wide roller thingy about this wide.
Okay.
Did you see it?
This one?
No. It has a metal handle
Oh.
and it's wide. I'm setting here up to find my flooring roller. Okay. That width is good. I can see from here. My window looks good. And vertically, my window looks good. Make my life easier. I had my hose tied up there. I'm going to move that out of my way. Let me make sure you're centered on the shower again. Alrighty, now I think I'm ready for adhesive installation. I can't see it from there. Yes.
Ow. I like it. Yeah.
Thank you. So, I'm trying to lay about a 1/4 inch bead. And I'm just dumping it out about as fast as it can go.
Look at I got one.
That's alright, Phil. And there's already my first tooth gone.
I want to eat more.
No, don't eat me, kiddo. Flooring. There was in the sink, Persia, this morning a trowel.
What is that?
It looks like a trapezoid,
Huh?
and it has little teeth on each side that we're going to use to put that flooring down. So I'm going to keep on. Running out my adhesive. There goes my next tube. My foam is still soft. And just because I can, I'm going to go ahead and use up the rest of the tube there. So that should be plenty of adhesive for that side. And so now I'm going to work on getting my old strings out of place, and I will get. I also love the Milwaukee Fastbacks. This one even has a blade opener. They're super convenient and fast. Hence the name. So I can slip this right into place. Looks like I'm a little tight in this corner. But a little spot like that, I can just trim it with my knife. And then I'm going to take my handy dandy flooring roller and just roll this outside to side off the top so that I get a nice consistent adhering to that adhesive behind here. It looks like we have just a hair long of that backer right here. Let's just trim that corner back just a hair. Nope, not enough to really do anything. But I'm just using a good old flooring roller. There's also laminate rollers, or you could just push against the block, literally anything, to make sure that you're positively onto the glue. You do want to work from one side to the other so that you don't form bubbles. The other thing I can relate that to is putting on a screen protector on a phone, which in today's day and age most everybody does. So I'm just checking this that I don't have any bubbles. Feels good to me. So I'm going to move on to the shower panel, the valve side. I'm a big fan of if you don't have to measure, don't. So I'm just going to come right here with, I have a 3.5 inch hole saw right here, and I'm just going to peek right behind where my valve body is, and I got a little bit off. I'm going to not perfect, but good enough for me. And then somewhere I have my favorite drill in the world. This is a Milwaukee M12 fuel. I love how compact and powerful this drill is. I also like having multiple drills, so you spend less time switching between bits. test fit this. And that switches right on. I do have some water lines here that are running to my upstairs. I'm going to make some more space in the wall so that they slip up. Oh no, there's not really space for that. I can just twist and push them more up. Get them out of my way. That shower head I will get taken care of when we install it. There was my first tube. While I was doing that, I noticed that I have a couple screws that are sitting up a little bit proud. Actually, that one's not even attached at all. That's okay, kiddo. I'll come look at it in a minute. Hey, Millie.
Hi.
Or Eclipse, do you want to say hi to my YouTube channel?
Yes, I actually saw it and I was so confused because I didn't know if there was like a really new thing.
It's a new thing.
Okay.
And that wall panel, doing the same thing, just slapping it right up there. And I'm going to roll it in. I'm going to roll alongside first and then as I said, I'm going to do up the shower head now. I can feel my shower head right here. Working over my head is really hard. I blame it on drywall. Pour me out. No, I did not cut very well right there, but it is what it is. Again, just checking that that's adhered down well. Alrighty. One more panel and the windows to go. One tube. said, these screws that I put in here were just temporary to hold up until that adhesive dried. I can reach back there, feel that the adhesive is mostly dried now. I'm going to pop these screws out. That one doesn't want to come out, so grab another tube. Millie! Millie, I need you to clean up that niche. The niche, your shower niche. Where you stored your stuff? Come here.
What?
Remember that niche that you put your stuff in over here?
Yes.
I need that cleaned up so I can install it.
Where is it?
I think it was over there in the laundry room. Wow, I just did the loveliest thing.
What?
I installed it back on the wrong side.
Oh no. Where is
It's
it?
okay.
Where is it? The laundry room?
I thought it was in the laundry room.
I didn't hear it the first time.
Good thing this has a protective plastic on the face, because I just installed it with the wrong side. Because I've got plenty of adhesive, I'm just going to go ahead and add some extra in between, rather than trying to clean that up.
Oh, do you mean this stuff that's on it?
Yeah,
This stuff?
out in the drawer stack, or in the mechanic toolbox outside, there are some chisels you can use to scrape it too. Or you can just use my utility knife right here.
Where's your utility knife?
So,
Okay.
so I didn't actually tell my kids that I was starting a YouTube channel, even though they talk about it all the time. Were you surprised that I started a YouTube channel, Millie?
Yeah, I looked on
Or Eclipse.
Facebook because every maybe once a weekish I will look at my Facebook stuff. Just a quick little grade and then yeah.
And Millie here is going to become my video editor. Millie or Eclipse? Which one do you want to be called by? Or slightly flustered?
Huh?
Or what's
Eclipse. You can just call me Eclipse.
okay?
I don't want any actual any real world ties to my name on YouTube because of reasons.
So Eclipse will be my video editor.
Yep.
Okay, so I had to pull that off because I got put it against the wrong side, but we have this protective film here. And now I'm just needing to pull this. I need that knife again, just that kill. Actually, no, I got this.
Okay.
Never mind, I do need it. Just for a sec. Ah,
Sorry. I realized you were grabbing something.
Actually, I do need my knife for just another minute because I
Okay.
gotta cut the window.
Okay. I did not forget that one. No, totally didn't. You did. Hi.
Hi.
Oh, you're recording right there.
Yep, my phone is screwed to the wall.
Okay. I'll make sure not to get in the front.
So I can use that to template the other side. That piece is too small. And I can grab my cutout from just confirm which side it is. Either one of them will work. As I said, I can measure right here. 10. Oh, quarters. 19 and a half. That'd be good for you to just go get the chisel, Millie.
Okay.
Sorry, the clips.
I can edit out the time to say my name.
It's hot. Hot, hot, hot. So I need to shift this one just a hair. Well, like half an inch. Persia! Can you start a fire?
What?
Please start a fire.
I'm gonna die.
Good. All the kids and their phones as soon as they get home from school.
Ow.
Put your phone down.
Just collect my rewards.
What?
Ow. I just need to collect my rewards. That's what I need to do.
No rewards ever. Okay. Now, gotta put another tube of adhesive in. I thought it looked like a ton of adhesive. It turns out it's not.
I can still play Boston. Yeah, I figured. Can you play for me? Oh, okay. After.
Hour. 40 minutes, something like that.
Also, I found a
That'll work. Put that piece on. And I did it again, put it on the wrong side. Good thing it has protective plastic.
Have you mentioned what products you're using?
I have. Other than, I don't remember the name of this product. But this, the backer product is awesome. This stuff is nice, it's easy to work. We had our shower niche temporarily installed. It is a Wilson Art wet wall product. They make a really nice prefab shower niche. And test fitting, never underestimate the power of test fitting to make sure things work before you're done. Don't like the way this one's fitting quite. I'm going to trim it back just a hair. Did you see a level out there?
Me?
Yeah.
No. Well, I'm
Just
looking for a level.
Would you recognize a laser level if you saw it?
Yeah, the things with like the weird liquid bubbles.
Yeah.
Yeah, I started fire.
Actually, there's Persia. Look in the
Garage for a level.
laundry room. I think I have a level sitting in the laundry, a laser level sitting in the corner of the laundry room. Make sure I get this right again. Okay, that side has the plastic. This side has plastic. Make my life easier, I'll scrape this off with that. Just let that be underneath.
Wait, what does the thing you want me to look like again?
It's a laser level. Or any level.
Do you know what a level looks like? No. It's one of those bars, like the little bubbles of liquid stuff. You know that stuff? Oh. Do you know what we're talking about now?
I should leave that on there until I have the top on, just to make sure I don't get too much junk on it. That's the scrap piece. There we are.
Like this? Oh, that is too big.
It'll work.
Okay.
Is it the orange or the blue one?
Blue.
It'll work. Hold on a second. Just because I need it doesn't mean I need it right now. One more tube of Coke for me.
Oh, that's a power tool. Oh,
Yes, because my hands are.
killing you slowly.
Yep. So I bought an electric caulk gun for stuff like this. With lots and lots of caulking.
What product is it? What brand?
This is a Cobalt. Cobalt 24 volt. Most of my tools are now that. They're cheaper and seem to work just as good as the Milwaukee tools.
Similar product, same outcome.
Yep, and less price. So in here, on the corners, I'm planning on getting a outside corner at least, or making inside, or making corner pieces. So we are now ready to install your niche. Eclipse's niche for all her beauty products, so she can stay so beautiful. Because you're so vain.
I literally only use shampoo and conditioner, and that's it.
I know.
Plus some.
I can still mess with you
Yeah.
and call you so vain. Because you're so vain. But you're not. I actually have a bath rug in the tub so that I am not stepping so much on the tub itself to protect it.
Gonna need a new bath rug.
Yeah, it's disgusting now. Somebody made a mess of it. And I'm gonna go get some new rubber gloves so I can start the caulk process once that's cleaned up.